Shalom, Isupk. I'm Captain LeBron. Those who like school with you weekend, the commander Johnny Hunter. Inviting all black Native Indians out to the 5th annual Fire Weekend.
Shalom, Israel. Come to the Fire Weekend, man, in Chicago. Midwest Fire Weekend. You know how we get down. July 21st to the 24th, we're going to be in Chicago.
Under the Midwest Mosque in Isupk, captain for 13,000
July 21st, we got 12 children of Muhammad with the scripture breakdown class, followed by Captain Tagariyat and Captain Qadash with Cross the Line Radio.
You know what I'm saying? We got the Bantu Festival coming back. We got the election coming. We're going to kick off the election with Captain Ash, Captain Qadash, and Kazak Yad. It's going to be called Before Columbus Came.
On the 24th of July, we're going to be doing the Black and Brown Unity Cookout. Shalom, Israel, to all my blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. From July 21st through the 24th, we're going to be holding the Midwest Fire Weekend. On July 21st, we hold a scripture breakdown with none other than 12 Shield General Muhammad from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., followed by Cross the Line Radio. On July 22nd, we're going to be having camp on the Magnificent Mile from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And guess what? Commanding General Yohana will be speaking at 3 p.m. We're going to be located at 401 North Michigan Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. After that, we're going to have the Before Columbus Came lecture from 6 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Located on 9909 Roosevelt Road, Suite 100. On July 23rd, you can catch us at the Bantu Festival from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We're going to be located at 1130 Midway Playtime Park, Chicago, Illinois. And then last but not least, we're going to be having the Black and Brown Unity Cookout from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. located at Douglas Park, 1200 West 12th Place. For more information, call 708-299-5821. Again, 708-299-5821. Also, if you would like to help out and support this troop and brotherhood, go to the Midwest Fire Weekend Black and Brown GoFundMe account and make a generous donation.
It's easy to sum it up when you just talk about practice. We sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we're talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We're talking about practice. Not a game. Not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We're talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that? And we're talking about practice.
Back row.
Best believe that I'm top 3. The only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Put me anywhere of and they wonder it's not me. It's beef, we strut a nigga block, that's chopped cheese. No peace, the butterfly sting him, that's Ali. You reach, I teach him with the handle, that's Kyrie. Machines you hook like a Roman, that's IV. You a sheep, I'ma go, it's a difference, so watch me. You weak, all hooks, no punches, so block these. They mock me, I just show them how it goes. Try to stomach this thug life. They brain got the nose, bandana on the grip. All heads coming out the foe. Connected from Cali to New York, nigga, so let it go. Made for this, nigga, I eat bars and drink flows. Thinking you woke into your third eye peephole. Line for line, this shit too easy, it's like a free throw. Mastered the game too early, this bitch a cheat code. It ain't a game, these niggas lame, state bring a shame. If I'm with an officer, it's a number in his name. We ain't the same, you want the easy pass, tell him change his lane. Shit, I've been through the fire, you can't stand the rain, take an aim. tell him runner, he can try his best. Drive a car named after me, that's why I'm in the vet. Laugh at these niggas once again, and I ain't break a sweat. Number one at everything I do, that's why I'm one west. The Lord is not the God of the dead, so when I die, coming back for my spot, so forever I'm top 3. Just tell him to watch this janitor with the mop stick. You gon' need a defensive lineman to block this. On point when I bomb shit, 10 for 10 I do not miss. I'm barking with a full bulldog, it is not mixed. They can see that my mind's sick, I don't write, I find shit. I don't like it, then I switch. If I touch it, it's diamond. Tell a bitch that I'm God sent. It ain't because my kicks is built like 5'6", 5'7" is my bitch. Dangerous, high risk, I lose it, get another one. You think I'm talking about a girl, I'm talking about another gun. We here now, hey look, it is what it is now. We don't fuck with the house niggas, we burn the crib now. I'm ahead now, and I hope they can hear now. I don't care if you think it's it, nigga, I don't fear clowns. Silences make it sound like raindrop, that's a quiet storm. Get the job done in the view and get fired on. If you niggas standing for nothing, what you dying for? If you put real with real, that's how I was born. Walk in this bitch ready for war, I'm in riot form. I want these niggas to see me flex, that's why I am armed. I shouldn't live in the crib, nigga, I should buy a farm to go through this shit so effortless. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is, I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is, I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is, I'm not 2 and I'm not 3.
Fuck, man. No coming, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. Come back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. No coming, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. Come back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. Yeah, you nigga know I'm about to bring the heat, right? Shit, I used to leave the street light. Hey, now I still keep the heat tight. Now nigga on gold like a green light. They say 144, nigga, you can get it. Ain't gotta tell me twice. Tryna stack a couple grand, get on some land, that'll put us on our feet. I'm in the field with the Warriors. And you know a nigga glorious, but we still keep it G though. Keep them tools Home Depot. Might hit him with the Rico. Hey, hit the nigga with the Rico. Hey, say they fucked up the rap game. What you looking at me for? So I know they can't stand me. That's why I keep a Glock handy. Might sip a little brandy. While I'm chilling with the family. Tell him a real nigga landed. Dressing all black like a bandit. Bitch, I ain't come to play. Bitch, I came to do damage. No coward, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. No coward, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. Back, now we ballin'. Ain't Babylon fallin'. You know the path a nigga walk. Nigga raised up, now I'm all in. And all I ever wanted was the win and the big body Benz. Now I'm gone in the wind, tryna stack a couple in. Now let's get it in, yeah, let's get it in. About to make the shit tremble. 144, the rebel. About to turn it up a level. Heat the bitch up like lava. And it probably bring a whole mob. And all that we feel is our father. And I'm headed for the top dollars. And ain't none gon' stop me. None gon' stop. No coward, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know. No coward, no nigga came back down. I thought I'd let you know that I was gone, but I never left. I'm back now. I thought I'd let you know this brotherhood is a whip, and I never let it go. Never let it free. Shit, I kill for my niggas. I thought I'd let you know.
Ain't got no time to play.
Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rap, I'm busy, man. Shit, nigga. They take their head off, nigga.
Pray where Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps and I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, oh they lies, this hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Nigga think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert, another cop just stretch the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism, watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision, let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening, is in fact the If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jackie. So I war, we gon' run the summer, it's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it Young Baby. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit light. It ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. Free shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand and feed you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow side, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. As if they make the wrong move and coach shit. You see me, they like, ooh, chemo shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, chemo shopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like, damn, man, you cut up. It's nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Ooh, Kimo Sabe got this bitch off the hand. Got the juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. As if they make the wrong move and coach shit. You see me, they like, ooh, Kimo Sabe. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit.
I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, nah, honey. Think you settle and see? You locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause it's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum, red rum, red rum. Got you fucking scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drum, black and yellow Air Ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I
legend in this shit, lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third, lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all steppin', kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS, a mean right. That's mean right, we build different, you know the vibes. And we stamped it authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a cod. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowin' by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoke until we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they boss shit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it cost shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to boss shit.
Who you suckers think you playing with? You ain't saying shit. Dozen Hebrews with the K's equipped. Get the slaying shit. Who you suckers think you playing with? You ain't saying shit. Dozen Hebrews with the K's equipped. Get the slaying shit. Who you playing with? Who you playing with? Who you suckers playing with? Who you playing with? Who you suckers think you playing with? You ain't saying shit. Dozen Hebrews with the K's equipped. Get the slaying shit. Who you playing with? Who you playing with? Who you suckers playing with? Who you playing with? In this war, I let the song play. Bitch, I had a long day. Fuck your family photos and the pictures in the hallway. Cut the please short, cause I don't fuck with you the long way. All we got 4 middle fingers in the concave. We don't got no sympathy, no remorse or no empathy. Age 30 something, but spirit been here for centuries. 40 got me limping like I was nursing an injury. I just be the same on both sides, yeah, that's symmetry. Suckers moving lateral, I just move for capital. I just want that bag and holding rap as collateral. Sucker niggas stay calm, Draco shooting napalm. Pop up anywhere on you rappers just like I'm State Farm. Fuck it, I'm with all states, cause I bring that mayhem. Anywhere that guy go, homie better pay him. I ain't got that time for it, I ain't rocking time for it. I just keep my cover in a shield with a lion on it. Who you suckers think you playing with? You ain't saying shit. Dozen Hebrews with the K's equipped. Get the slaying shit. Who you playing with? Who you playing with? Who you suckers playing with? Who you playing with? Who you suckers think you playing with? You ain't saying shit. Dozen Hebrews with the K's equipped. Get the slaying shit. Who you playing with? Who you playing with? Who you suckers playing with? Who you playing with? No, really, I ain't that guy that you should try. I'm that type look you in the eye before you die. Niggas dressing like top models for Calvin Klein. Me, I'd rather pop top bottles, have all the shine. Couple bad bitches to grind up on my 9. Trying to figure how to multiply your dollar sign. Shit, I done had some close calls in these streets. I done made it out the mud and got it all squeaky clean. Light skin in the game, trying to balls at Levine. What you mean? Ain't no lean, only Hennessy is funny. And I'm coming with the drip off the top. Let's get this money. Motherfuckers think it's funny till I'm tripping, getting comfy. Cause I need my dough up, I'm lit and I'm trying to go up. I'm on the wave, so I roll up and throw up soon as I show up. Cause I been with the shooters, the shakers, and all the movers. 50 cal with the ruler, turn your block to Fallujah. Who you suckers think you playing with? You ain't saying shit. Dozen Hebrews with the K's equipped. Get the slaying shit. Who you playing with? Who you playing with? Who you suckers playing with? Who you playing with? Who you suckers think you playing with? You ain't saying shit. Dozen Hebrews with the K's equipped. Get the slaying shit. Who you playing with? Who you playing with? Who you suckers playing with? Who you playing with?
Who you suckers think you playing with? You ain't saying shit. Dozen Hebrews with the K's equipped. Get the slaying shit. Who you playing with? Who you playing with? Who you suckers playing with? Who you playing with? Who you suckers think you playing with? You ain't saying shit. Dozen Hebrews with the K's equipped. Get the slaying shit. Who you playing with? Who you playing with? Who you suckers playing with? Who you playing with?
You on?
All right, clap it up. All right, once again, this is the Friday Lashawan Qadash class. With Isupk, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And since 1969, we've been waking up our people who are the Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians to their true culture. Of course, the Lashawan Qadash is part of the culture of Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, whether we as a whole know it or not. Like I said, we are under Commander Junior Hana, and we are called the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge because what we do is practical to our culture. So just learning the Lashawan Qadash is something that's practical to our culture. It's a practice that we all should learn so we can get our culture back. Of course, to understand our culture, you need Friday classes with Lashawan Qadash so we can learn how to speak it, how to understand it, how to decipher it. You understand? So I got a question for anybody, and anybody online. If you have questions or comments, please fill into the chat. But I do want to go over a little bit of history of how we got to the Yiddish style of Hebrew versus the Lashawan Qadash, which is the holy tongue, in which, of course, the Yiddish derived from, but which isn't our language. You understand? So, if anybody know who the Masoretes is, or the Masoret text, what that is, text in the group. Do any of you guys, are you familiar with the Masoretes?
Nah.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a little bit, but I don't want to take from the education of the class. But I know a little bit, but I don't know I ain't hardcore with it yet.
Yeah, no sweat. I mean, and let's give some people a chance. We're gonna hold for maybe a minute. After a minute, if your fingers ain't quick enough to text it in, then we just gonna go over it. But I want to see if anybody who's watching, if they have any insight on the Masoretes. We're gonna actually go over it today, and we're gonna go over how the Yiddish style of the Hebrew became a part of the Jewish culture. Because of course, it is not what we teach in here. A lot of these fake Israelite groups, the ones that say Yehuda and what they say, they got all Shalom, Shalom, Yisrael, and all that. You gonna Yeshua, then you'll understand where they got those Yiddish terms from. All it was pretty much it was a group of people who actually came together to try to bring everybody together when we go over this. So what they did was they tried to make the Hebrew a little bit more universal, and what they did was they confounded the language. You understand? So we got anybody on there?
Oh, not at the moment. All right. You got the scriptures you want to bring out?
Not so. The one scripture I do want to bring out is why we should understand that this us having the holy tongue is something that will be required by the Most High. You understand, and this is something that will happen when Christ returns. You understand? If you could go to Zechariah 14:9. And then I'll that way I can give you all a chance to type in. After that, and then I'll go over the Masoretes.
So you said Zechariah
14:9.
14:9.
If you could, Papa Kashab.
Okay.
Now we all know we teach the Lashawan Qadash in here, and everybody. I've talked to many brothers in different camps who say, "Well, we all it ain't how you pronounce it. We all know we Israel. When the Lord, when it comes to the Lord wants everybody to be in one mind. What a lot of people don't realize is the Lord is not off the confusion. So when you're saying things in two different ways, that's causing a confusion. This is the reason why camps are separated is the reason why, blacks and Hispanics are separated because of the confusion of language. You understand? So, you good? All right, go ahead. You got that?
Come on, sir.
Go ahead. You gonna put it on the screen? Appreciate it.
Give him a minute, sir.
No, you 12. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Come. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 12 and verse 9.
14.
14. Salaki. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 14 and verse 9.
Go ahead.
Come. And the Lord shall be king over all the earth. And that day shall there be.
In what day?
In that day.
In what day?
That day.
It says in that day. So this is a prophecy that's going about right now. When it says in that day, what day do you think he's talking about? Go ahead.
Salaki, sir, if I could, is that the day when Yahweh shall return?
Most High Christ. That's exactly what he's talking about. Salaki. Go ahead.
Come. And that day shall be one Lord.
There should be what?
One Lord.
There should be one Lord. So in the day when Christ returned, there'll be one Lord. You know how we call it a landlord? There will be one Lord over all the land, and that'll be Christ. Go ahead.
Come. And his name one.
And his name one. So all you fake Israelite groups that's saying that you can say his name as Yahuwah, Yahweh, Yahweh, and all that. This scripture just said what?
And his name one.
It said his name will be one. He only had one name. It ain't gonna be no Yahweh, Yahuwah, Yahweh, whatever the hell y'all think his name is. This is out the scriptures. If you read the Bible, then why are we calling the Lord by Yiddish names when everyone knows that the Dead Sea Scrolls was written in the same symbols as the Lashawan Qadash? You understand? That's it on that.
Come, sir.
All right. So now I'm gonna get into the Masoretes. So the Masoretes, of course, they were a group of scholars. They were scribes, and they were the Germanic people. So at the fall of Rome, the Germanic people went over into around the Palestine area or Iraq, like that area. And what they did was they took the ancient Hebrew, what we call the Holy Tongue and Lashawan Qadash, and what they did was they added symbols, they added points and dashes to it. You understand? Now this was about maybe like 10, maybe around 10 AD, I believe. And this was about the Anglo-Saxon period or Dark Ages. You understand? So they were scholars who added vowel points in our language, like the E or the O or the U. The Hebrew language doesn't have those vowel points in there. You'll never hear us say Yahweh or Yehuda and all that like that. Those vowel points is because of the Masoretes. And actually, they were the progenitors of what we call today the Yiddish, or the way of speaking our language now in Jerusalem, which is not occupied by us right now. But that style of speaking Hebrew, the Yiddish style, was progenited by the Masoretes. Okay, go ahead.
It's like, sir, if I could. So, is it safe to say that the Masoretes, like they're the descendants of Esau, like in that are they in that line of blood?
You can very well say that they. I didn't get that deep into their history.
Come on, sir.
But I did read over a lot of the history of the Masoretes, and in the man that we'll go over later on, Eleazar ben Yehoiada, who refamiliarized that area with the Masoretic way of speaking Hebrew, which he became the forefather of Yiddish, the father of Yiddish. You understand? So I won't say that for sure I know that they is, but after going over a lot of history, I do believe so that they are one and the same people.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so they settled after the fall of the Roman Empire. You understand? So, and if you go to the Dead Sea Scrolls, there are no annotations, there are no vowel points. Matter of fact, you got what I gave you with that. What is it, the Dead Sea Scrolls? Give me that. Just bring it up. I just want to show people the difference between how the Dead Sea Scrolls is and what the change is with the Masoretes versus the Dead Sea Scrolls. A lot of new young brothers in the truth. You say, well, how is this different from this, and how is Yahuwah and Yahweh different from each other? And I'll show you how just simple terms and simple mark and a dash can change the configuration of a word. And of course, as we all past few Fridays when I come out with the Tower of Babel, right? It's a confusion of languages. And when you confuse languages, then you separate people. You understand? This is why this is so important that everyone understands that there's one name, there's one speech, there's only one language that's going to be spoken when Christ returns, and that's going to be the Holy Tongue. It's the separate tongue of everybody else. You understand? Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, let me pull this up.
No, you're good to go.
Give me a different. Give it to me the way I want to. Yeah, ain't giving it to me. It's opening it up. Dead Sea Scrolls. Let's go here, visit this. Let's keep this one here.
No, take your time. We ain't in a rush.
No, you know what? I got it right here. I know what to do. Let's start this screen. Let's go ahead. Go here. Here we go. Right here. There you go. Here. Should be pulling up now. There you go.
All right. No sweat. So when you look at the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Dead Sea Scrolls have what we call the Lashawan Qadash, but it has the lettering that we use in Lashawan Qadash. Like the arrow that's pointing down, it says Yahweh, and it says this in this text a couple of times. I have the full blown picture of the text, but it says Yahweh. You see, there's no dots, there's no dashes, there's nothing that changes these words that's on this page. Now, do you got the Yiddish?
Okay.
Now I'll show you the difference between this. Now everybody take note of how all these characters have. There's nothing but characters here. It's simplified, which the Lashawan Qadash is. It's a simplified language, but when you go into Yiddish, then it makes it more of a complex language.
Yeah, there we go, right here. There we go.
So now, if you could, Ramon, just around those accents.
It won't let me do it like that.
It won't let you put the arrow over back.
Well, I wish I could.
So if you see at the top and the bottom of some of these characters, at the top and bottom of some of these characters, you can see that there's like the 3 dots, the dot dash, the 2 dots. The 2 dots actually represent the end of a sentence. It's like a period at the end of a sentence. That's what you got, the 2 dots. That's like at the end. You got these dashes. All these things turn this word into something different. It turns it from Yahweh, what we speak, to Yahuwah or Yahweh. It was used to turn this into a universal language so everyone can kind of understand it. But what ends up happening is it confounded the people who was actually speaking it. That's why right now, to this day, you have the Israelite different camps that's speaking these words in different ways, because we've been confounded. Some actually listen to the Germanic way of speaking Hebrew, which is Yiddish. And like us in Isupk, we go off what the Dead Sea Scrolls have taught us and the Lashawan Qadash board. right.
Like, if I may.
Go ahead.
That's heavy what you're bringing out as far as well, I'm gonna leave it up here. Like these, if you even ever read the Tanakh, and that's for every brother up here, we all went through the same thing when it's time to study for the Lashawan Qadash, study for your officer test. You run into these dots and these lines and dashes. Hey, they tell you straight up, because when you first get into the school, especially if you ain't a brother who who's able to get into a Lashawan Qadash class because of slaveries or whatever, or you ain't able to always tune in. These dots and dashes and all that stuff, and a lot of brothers gonna see, especially if you're a young man, a trooper or whatever in the troop.
Yep.
When you get that Tanakh, you're gonna open the Tanakh up. First, you're gonna be kind of astonished because you got to read this the opposite way as you read English. So that's gonna already throw you off.
Damn right.
Then you're gonna start seeing these dots and twirls and this stuff that we call like this Yiddish punctuation, and it's gonna throw you off even more. So just to give you if I could just throw this in there, once you start reading the Tanakh, when you're watching these classes, if you see dots and dashes, don't even look at them like as if they ain't even there. Don't even pay attention to them, because if you pay attention to them, just like the fake Israelite camps, like he said, you're gonna start thinking these words are something that they really ain't. That's why we say shalom and other people say shalom.
Damn right.
The shalom, that's not ancient Hebrew. Shalom is a Yiddish. It's Yiddish, and I don't even know what shalom is. That came from. I think somebody made that up in their basement shooting the dice game. Shalom.
I can't tell you. No, you good to go. Hey, and I know I brought out last time how reading back, reading left to right is not something that we've always been accustomed to. So it's kind of hard for us. They call it
dyslexia.
Dyslexia. Look at that the same way when it comes to punctuations. Why do you think that blacks and Hispanics have so much trouble with reading, period, with reading and knowing how to write and where commas go and all that? Because that wasn't the form of language that we were used to. You understand? That's another thing that the oppressor has tried to build inside of us, but in our spirit, of course, this spirit has been around for a couple of lives. You know what I'm saying? We've always known to write with no punctuations, with no punctuation marks, and no apostrophes and all that. We read and we wrote just point blank, straightforward. You understand? So blacks, Hispanics, if you think that you're dumb because you can't read and write like the oppressor, just know that it's not your culture to read and write like the oppressor. Our culture is to be straightforward. Yada wah. It's not no Yehawa and Yahoo and all that. That's just not what it is for us.
Right.
Go ahead.
So that's heavy what you're saying, because even babies, babies come out what they say, baba, mama, dada.
Right.
Everything that a baby learns, they learn simply, and you can understand it. You're like, when the baby say baba, I gotta go get a bottle. You know what I'm saying? So that's just heavy, because the Lord created our brains to understand simple language instead of you coming here and talk about my intuitions of it. Like, we don't know all that, man.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? So that was just heavy what you bringing out.
No, that's heavy what you bringing out, because that just shows you that the foundation of every person, every man was in that thought process. Because I mean, if you think about it, that's across the board. Every baby knows how to say da da, mama, baba. Yeah, it's locked. Every baby knows how to. I like it.
I like it too.
So every baby knows how to say that. You know what I'm saying? Which means it takes me back to when the whole world spoke Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? That was the mindset that every human being had. You know what I'm saying? Your children was formed to already start understanding that type of speech. And then now you have it where they're around so much that conflicts them to make them speak in another language, that they lose their own speech. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I gotta bring this up. It's heavy that when you come in the truth and you be born again, or you come back as a baby, basically, because what do? You start learning simple languages again. You start off saying mama, baba, and now you saying Mawawa, or you saying Kaza, or you know what I'm saying?
Damn
like
right.
simple words. The same thing you learned as a baby, or you knew as a baby. Now you got to come back in here and learn it again.
Right.
And that's just heavy because to be born back into this truth and to be truly born back in this truth, this is one of the things you got to learn how to learn simple Hebrew again.
Right.
So,
Most High in Christ. Hey, and not only, if I could add on to what you just said, you know what I'm saying? Not only that, what the scriptures say, we're gonna have to become babes. You know what I'm saying? It's truth again, which means we're gonna have to learn in our language. We're gonna have to learn how to speak this language. And here's the crazy part about it. It's probably easier for a 1-year-old to learn this language than it is us, because we've been so brainwashed.
That's right.
You understand? We've been so brainwashed with a complex language that only confuses us. I don't know if we understand that us trying to be like the oppressor and speak almighty and you know what I'm saying, as well, and all this stuff. It's just a complexity way of saying language, speaking language that confuses us with each other. It don't confuse the oppressor. The oppressor can speak his language better than anybody on earth.
That's right.
You understand? All it does is it takes one nigga out the hood, gives him a little bit of rank, and then it confuses all his brothers that's around him, and they don't feel like they connected anymore. You understand? And that's what it's meant for. You understand? All right, I'm gonna get a little bit on. You had something?
As far
No, I thought you raised your hand.
Oh no. So like,
give me the video I sent you, the Eliezer Ben Yehuda.
Let me see. It's lucky if it's gonna take me about a half a second.
Nah, you got it.
This one I gotta Eliezer.
Now this Eliezer Ben Yehuda, this is where they got the Yiddish from. This is where they got Yehuda and Yahweh and Yisrael. He is the progenitor of where they got that understanding of our language from. And instead of us knowing who we are and learning the Lashawan Qadash, what we end up doing was we start relying on the oppressor like we always do, and to get our own language. You understand? So what he used to do, he was in a missionary, or what you would call like a chivis over in Jerusalem. It was a Jewish school that he learned a lot of these different Hebrew customs and Hebrew languages, because of course even over there they had different aspects of how you speak Hebrew. And what he did was he wanted to deep dive into how do you actually speak the Hebrew language. What he went back to was not the ancient Hebrew. He went back to the Masoretes, and that's what he found to be the end all tell all of speaking ancient Hebrew. You understand? Go ahead.
It's a lucky just to, you know what I'm saying, just show you how potent the Bible, this truth is in the Bible. Like, this has been happening for this. This is another form of whitewashing.
Mm-hmm.
This is
right.
This is exactly another form of whitewashing, or the beast being slick or cunning.
Mm-hmm.
The way that Satan is.
Damn right.
He know that if we keep our language and we able to, you know what I'm saying, keep our language and be who we really is,
Mm-hmm.
we can conquer this world. So the oppressor's whole job on this earth since the day one was to disrupt, what the Lord put together. That's been his number one job, and he's been great at it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why I say from day one, he was cunning from day one. He was cunning in the garden. You know what I'm saying? He was cunning, you know what I'm saying, in the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
He was cunning right here, as you know what I'm saying, Eliezer, Ben Yehuda. He was cunning, you know what I'm saying, Joe Biden, Donald Trump. Like these, they are very, very, you know what I'm saying, savvy when it comes to just causing confusion amongst the Israelites, which are 12 tribes of Israel. So.
Damn right. Go ahead.
Shalagi, sir, if I could,
Yeah, you could.
just to add on to what he's saying, it's so heavy because the fake Israelite groups, and then like when I'm having discussions with like brothers who call themselves Egyptologists and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
they think they so deep, but this right here, what you bringing out, they don't even understand that. How you just said how smart Satan is, you still being tricked to thinking that you're on a certain level that no, you're following exactly what they want you to follow.
Damn right. Damn right.
Yeah. That's all I want to say.
Hey, before we get to this video, I want to go to Zephaniah 3 and 9. That's on me. Matter of fact, don't go out of it. Let them read it. Just let them read it.
I can put it up.
Okay.
Salaki.
Not good.
You said what scripture you need?
Zephaniah 3 and 9.
Trying to get quick with this joint. 3 and 9.
Swore, as you can see.
Salaki, I told a brother that some brother on TikTok said, "Oh, look at they Bible. It look all raggedy." I say that's what happened when you use it every day instead of every Sunday.
Right. Hey, you see what they talk about today, right? Black Air Force Ones with the creases in them. That means you put in work, right?
Put in
work. If that scroll look like that, man, you done flip pages so much. You don't put your work in. So,
you got it.
Come on. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 9. For then will I turn to the people a pure language.
A what?
A pure language.
What does holy tongue mean?
It means a separate language.
My point. Pure means it's separate. It means there's nothing that's joined to this. If it's pure gold, that means there's nothing else in there but gold. If it's pure liquid, pure water, it's nothing in there but water. You understand? Read. Start at the top again.
Come on. Book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 9. For then will I turn to Salakia. For then will I turn to the people a pure language.
A pure language. Read.
That they may all call upon the name of the Lord.
That they who?
They may all call upon the name of the Lord.
He said so. He's gonna turn to the people and give in when one pure language, they're gonna all call upon the name of the Lord. So all you fake Israelite caps, they're saying that it don't matter if we say Yehuda and Yahweh, then you also know that you're not following what Zephaniah 3 and 9 says. Because if you ain't a part of that, then you wasn't picked. You wasn't you wasn't chosen when Christ comes back. So you say Yehuda and Yahweh and all that. Everybody else who's gonna be following Christ, they're gonna be saying Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
And all those brothers and sisters that's following the Lord, they're gonna say Yahweh. And y'all, Lord be with y'all. You understand? Right. Go ahead. You had something.
I was gonna say if he could read the rest of the end of that.
Oh yeah.
Come. To serve him with one consent.
And to serve him with one consent. Somebody pull up the definition of consent. Oh man, look at the Ramawan, man. The Ramawan you must have been a straight A student. You always on task for some reason.
It says one consent. Well, I just got the definition of consent.
Go ahead.
Consent means it can mean it's either permission for something or to happen or agreement to do something. So when they say one consent, I'm guessing that's mean all with one agreement.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it is. It means one agreement. So everybody in one consent and one agreement. All you other Israelite camps who we are not affiliated with, just to make that totally clear.
That's right.
You are not in one consent with Christ right now. You understand? Since 1969, we've been teaching this. A lot of brothers fell off and started learning Yiddish and all that. We are not in one consent. You left the truth. And now what you're going to get is when Christ returns, like I said, may the Lord be with you, because you my brothers and you my sisters, and I pray that you have some mercy on you. But at the end of the day, you've been given the chance. You've been reborn into the truth, and then you decided to, just like a child, a teenager who wants to go and do whatever the hell they want to, you decided to run and walk away from your father. You understand? So whatever punishment you get, just like the big brother who wish you didn't get the punishment, I'm gonna watch you get the punishment. You understand? So go ahead.
So like, sir, if I could, not to take away from too much from the class, but what you just said was so heavy about consent, because rumor has it, and we just saying rumor. There's not nothing. We Isupk, we don't be on this, but you brothers are not in one consent with each other,
right?
From what we hear. So, what's the problem? The problem you got with the Isupk is that the discipline and everything that we've been taught by the men above us to carry ourselves in a certain way. So us not affiliating ourselves with y'all is for a specific reason. It's not because we don't love our brothers and sisters in these different groups and in this nation. It's because you have to come into the one body. You can't leave out of the one body and create your own thing.
Damn right.
And then try to come back from where you came from to try to come up against it.
Damn right.
Like it, sir.
Let's have what you bring it out, if you could. And if I could, before you, this is exactly what happened with Christ. Like if you brothers don't realize that Christ, when the disciples came to him and said, your mother and your brother is looking for you, what did Christ say? What did Christ say?
He said his mother. He said his mother, his brother is in the truth. Is his disciples.
He said who is my mother and who is my brother? While reaching his hands over towards the disciples.
Right.
My mother and my brother is the ones who will lay down their life for me.
That's right.
You understand? We out here laying down our life for each other. Of course, we love our mother, our fleshly parents, and we love our fleshly brothers and sisters and stuff like that. Just like we love, the brothers in these other camps. But when it comes to the body of Christ, my only family is these brothers in ISUPK under Commander Juliana. You understand? Right. So
that's heavy. Just to put it in kind of like a layman term for a lot of brothers and sisters that's not, far in the truth yet or even stepped in. What we talking about is other camps that's outside of the UPK. Which is since 1969 is the original bringers of the truth into our society right now.
Right.
But anything that grows outside of this body, to put it in layman terms, anything that grows outside of an actual body is presumed to be cancerous.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you're a fake Israelite group and you came from out of One West, you a cancer. You know what I'm saying? And Lord be with you. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody that you leave that way, to the wrong way, their blood is going to be on your hands, and it's not going to be on the hands of Commander General Yohana.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn right. All right, if you can pull that video up. This Elazar ben Yahawada. I don't even like saying Yahawada. I don't even like saying Yahawada, even though it's his name. Elazar ben Yahawada. This is the one who is the progenitor of the Yiddish speech over in Jerusalem by the Jewish to not get mixed up with the real Jews who are blacks that's in America. All right, you can roll that. Be ready to stop though, because I want to stop at a certain point too.
Go ahead, you on.
So go back just a little bit if you could.
Let's see. You want to go back to the Dead Sea Scrolls?
Yeah. So this oppressor name is Eleazar ben Yahawada, and that brother who is the progenitor of the Yiddish. I'm gonna have him take it back so you can see this
all the way to the beginning.
Nope, just to the Dead Sea Scrolls. Red. Yep, it's in red.
Right there, I see it. Right there.
Yep, right there. It's in red. Yep. So if you look at this now, you look at the screen right now. This is you gotta pause it.
Just pause it. It's a little bit delay.
No, you on the wrong part though. I want the Dead Sea Scrolls. It was right before this thing. I want y'all to see the actual Dead Sea Scrolls. So this is a picture of the actual Dead Sea Scrolls, and even in this video where it's talking about where it's talking about Eleazar, just pull it up whenever you get a chance.
That's what you're talking about.
Yes, kind. So if you look at the background in the back of for most modern Jewish history, you looking in the background. This is the actual Lashawan Qadash. This is what we speak. And you brothers who've been learning the Lashawan Qadash, they look a little bit clumped together and everything like that, but you do recognize these characters and these symbols. Now this is before Yiddish. This is before vowel points. This is before dashes and symbols. Even in the history, when it's talking about the history of Eleazar ben Yehoiada, it talks about where he derived his way of Yiddish off of, which was the Dead Sea Scrolls. This is what the Isupk formed his Lashawan Qadash chart off of, was the Dead Sea Scrolls, which is the authoritative documentation for our language. You understand? Go ahead, keep going.
It's like it. Hit your mic when I start playing. Let's hit the mute. Right there.
So they said, Ben Yehoiada moved to Palestine in 1881 from Vilna, which is, of course, is not Jerusalem. It's not. It's not. So him just going there. He went to just, of course, to go learn how to speak Hebrew, how the Hebrew customs went. He, of course, just like the regular oppressor, he's a culture bandit. He went to go see how to be somebody else. There's no other culture in this world like the oppressors that wants to go to other nations, other areas, and take what they have and bring it back home because they want to know who everybody is. They are what the Bible calls, they are the what's the word for it? They are a cunning hunter. And the only way to be a cunning hunter, you have to know your prey. That's the only way to be a cunning hunter. You have to know what your prey does. That's why when you see they hunt and they got the deer, the fake deer out there, because they know that a fake deer, attract a deer to walk up on them, and then he's gonna shoot your brains out. You understand? Go ahead.
Salaki, sir, if I could, Vilna is the modern day Russia.
Vilna is
a part of Russia. I just Googled it.
Damn right. Vilna is the modern day Russia. So this is a man who came from Vilna, the modern day Russia, and came over into Palestine. Palestine is bordering Jerusalem, but that whole area, the Iraq, that whole area, Afghanistan area, that whole area was considered the nation of Israel. Jerusalem is still, you know what I'm saying, in the place that it's in. Palestine was part of Israel as well. But, and of course, that's why you see that Palestine and Israel fights every day. There's a battle on, what do they call it now? The Gaza Strip.
Gaza Strip.
There's a battle on the Gaza Strip damn near every day. They shoot, this is literally a strip of land that they shoot missiles over. You know what I'm saying? That can possibly kill each other. You know what I'm saying? You could blow this house up and your people on the other side of the strip. So they are all fighting over a power that's over a place that's not even theirs. You understand?
It's a lot. That's heavy because you even look at the times of today where we look at Russia and the Ukraine thing, but you got to understand what Russia was doing before this even happened.
Damn right.
Russia was supplying weapons to the war that they having with Palestine and Israel and all them out there. He was actually supplying. Russia was supplying guns or weaponry. I forget which one it was with. I want to say Palestine, but they were helping supply weapons. So that ended up being a big part of how this like kind of trickled into what it became. You know what I'm saying? But that's just heavy that you brought that out. Where this brother came from Russia,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And went to Palestine. That lets you know the Lord was brewing his own pot of stew up. You know what I'm saying?
What it say? It says, for even this, I raised Pharaoh up high. You know what I'm saying? So I can show my might, so he can show his power. You know what I'm saying? The Lord does this sometimes. Sometimes the Lord make you very powerful, so he can bring you down and show how you're not as powerful as you thought you was. You're definitely not as powerful as him. So this is one of those instances. America is one of those instances. I'm sorry to tell you, Oppressor, if you're watching this, you probably should click the channel, because I'm going to tell you the truth. The Lord bring you up really high so he can destroy you in the front of his kids, so his kids can have the pride enough to run this world later on. Right now, you look like you in a good place, but I'm telling you, your destruction is near. And when you are destroyed, and when Christ comes in return, we're not going to be saying this is Israel. I'm gonna tell you that we're gonna say Kwam Yasharala. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. You could go.
Just keep.
Okay, lock it. So yeah, right here, Ben Yahweh, he was an advocate for creating a new Jewish language. You understand? So which is so heavy, because the brother, he wasn't even Jewish. He came from Russia, and he came over to Palestine to create a language for people that he wasn't even a part of. It tells you how bad the oppressor is when it comes to culture badness. He like, I'm just gonna take even the language of the Palestinians who was over there, and I'm gonna make it my own language. Right. You understand? So that's why I said he was a progenitor of the Yiddish language. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Keep going.
Yeah, keep going. So this is no, you good. Stop. So this says, so of course we know in the ancient Hebrew and the Syrian Hebrew, we don't have words for like ball and ice cream and bicycle. Now what you can do is you can go into the Hebrew, see what words define those type of words, like like circle or something like that, and put them together to get an understanding of what these words mean. But those words were not in the Hebrew language. Those were Greek terms. Ball, ice cream, you know what I'm saying, bike, stuff like bicycle, like that. Those types of things were Greek terms and not in the Hebrew. You understand? Go ahead. So this says before he died. So right, I'm looking at the Dawadah too.
So like, if I may, only reason I pointed that out, like niggas in the hood is actually fighting over a sign or a shield, which we call it a shield of David. You know, in the Bible, it was called a shield. It's not a star. You know what I'm saying? A star is a big old gas ball in the side that don't look nothing like that.
Yeah, right.
But we in the hoods fighting over the shield of David. But ain't nobody fighting the Jewish man. The Jewish man been wearing this same thing since who knows how long.
Right.
They took our culture hundreds and hundreds of years ago and been wearing that same exact shield. And I ain't seen not one black man walk up to one nigga walk up to a press and say, "What's up, man? You GD? You GD?
Right.
You got that Star of David, what they call it.
That's heavy.
You GD? But you seen it. If any brothers sitting here looking at this, it ain't not one nigga on this whole stage. Not one. It's all the presses up here. And They got this style up here. Now tell me this one. Answer me this one question. Why it's okay for the white man to sport our shield, and not one man, not one black, other than Commander Junior Hunter and captains and you know what I'm saying, generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, young men, the women of the ISUPK to exploit the fact that this white man is jacking our culture. You know what I'm saying?
You know the answer to that. What's the answer to that?
Because they sick.
What's the answer? Give me a scripture. Give me the scripture of what the answer is to that.
I thought you had it at the tip of your tongue. The white man is the devil. But
that's right. But I also want a scripture. What's the scripture? Why we can't use our own symbol, and why they can? And if you don't know it, just let me know, and I'll get it to you. We shoot it up in prayers on Sabbath service.
Psalms 83. Oh, they take crafty counsel against us.
My point.
Psalms 83. They take crafty counsel.
They take crafty counsel against us, and they come together in one consent. You remember we just talked about consent earlier, right?
Oh God.
Go ahead.
That's heavy. Why you saying they taking crafty counsel? Looking at this right here.
They taking crafty counsel right there
against us with our own. You know, this is the way they take crafty counsel. Like to them, this is everything because they know that if I could take this shield away from them and make it a bad thing, that's why. Why you think the gangster disciples and the Blackstone? I mean the black disciples who shared this shield were the biggest gangs in the world. You know what I'm saying? Not just Chicago, in the whole world, because it was up to America to conflict blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to say this is a bad thing.
Damn right.
This shield is bad. If you ever see that shield, you should kill it. You should shoot it. You should do that.
And you know what's, if I could, so like I don't mean to cut you off, but you know what's so heavy? Blacks and Hispanics was coming together under the shield of David.
Oh God.
They were. It was called the Gangster Nation. It's called the Disciple Nation. It was Latin. It was Latin disciples. It was black disciples, gangster disciples. We had brothers that was coming together under this symbol, and we didn't even know what it was about. We didn't even know that we was coming together under something that was so spiritual and not physical. And that probably is the reason why we destroying each other right now, because like I said, they take crafty counsel against us. They can put it on their walls, but as soon as we put it on our walls, we killing each other.
That's right.
You understand? So if you could, who knows when the fall of Jerusalem was? I mean, not the fall of Jerusalem. It's like who knows when Jerusalem became a state? Anybody, you know, you can take this off. I'm good to go.
You said when it became a state?
Who knows when Jerusalem became a state?
I know when it failed. I don't know exactly when it became a state. Oh, you talking about as far as the state after the fall of Jerusalem?
Who knows when Israel, Salakia, not Jerusalem, but Israel became a state.
Oh, Israel.
Israel became a state. And that's Salakia, that's me. I misspoke. What year? If anybody that's watching, you got to answer. If you know when Israel became a state, please chime in. Put those Google phones to work, man. Y'all pay all that money for these smartphones. Y'all don't even want to put them to work. Go ahead.
Salakia, sir, I believe I have it.
Go ahead.
This is Google. May 14, 1948. Salakia.
In 1948, Israel became a state. Of course, this was years after World War II, which the oppressors moved in these Turkish oppressors and gave them this land. Who owned it before 1948?
Was it Palestine? Palestine?
It was Palestine. So Palestine owned the land of Israel before 1948. But what ended up happening was the United States gave passage to those Turkish, Palestinians. No, they weren't Palestinians. They was Turkish
or Arabs,
immigrants to go over there and have that land. You understand? Which, of course, those Palestinians that was over there that was already occupying that land, they didn't like that. So, of course, to this day, from I'll say from before 1948 till now, Palestinians, whose land it isn't at all either, have been fighting to get land back that they have occupied since we left.
70 AD. Since
70 AD with General Pompeius and Titus. So, of course, now you understand, if you understand this, you understand the world war of what's going on the Gaza Strip. Because the Gaza Strip ain't just two Arab nations fighting each other. It's one Arab nation wanting power over another Arab nation. They know that Jerusalem is the way to the power. Go ahead. It's locked.
It's heavy because we just brought out how they take crafty counsel against us. Mm-hmm. And this says, this is an excerpt from National Archives, the U.S. National Archives, the water. It said at midnight on May 14, 1948, the provisional government of Israel proclaimed a new state of Israel. Mm-hmm. On that same day, the United States, in the person of President Truman, mm-hmm. recognized the provisional Jewish government as the de facto authority of the Jewish state.
Good night. Good night.
How the hell Truman?
All the way over here. He telling them that they telling they over everything now. Y'all got rank over everything over there now. Don't worry about it. You understand? And that was the whole, like you said, crafty counsel is knowing that I can put these people in this land, and as long as I give them this, they're in debt to me forever. You think that America is sitting over there in Ukraine being their friends because they just love them? Hell no. If you believe that, you a dummy. Mm-hmm. America over there, because when Ukraine come up out of this war, Ukraine gonna owe the United States something. They gonna owe them. I gave you protection. Now you owe me something since I made sure that your people still survived. That's the way this works. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
You understand? If you ever think they doing something because they love you, that is the most. They don't even love each other. They will bomb the hell out of each other. When it comes to power, they just want you to know that I got power. You understand? If you could give me Revelations 2:9, and you can put it up on the thing too.
You at 8:17, just in time.
Mm-hmm. Got you.
Where you want it?
Revelations 2:9.
Oh yeah, that's it.
You understand? These people that was put into that land, into the land of Israel, what is so-called Israel today, and Jerusalem today, are imposters. They are not the people of the Bible. You understand? They speak Yiddish, everything. If you go over to Israel right now, every bathroom, you go to a public bathroom, it says bathroom, it says it in Yiddish. It has these dots and points and all that. But that is not the true way of speaking it. Go ahead. You can read Revelations 2:9 if you could, Baba Shah.
Come on. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 2 and verse 9. Mm-hmm. I know thy works and tribulation.
And what?
And tribulation.
Y'all know what tribulations is, right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And poverty.
And what?
And poverty.
Now last time I checked, the poverty, they ain't got it. They probably the richest people on earth. Read.
If I may, before you go ahead. And it's just so heavy with the beginning of the scripture where they say, when the Lord said, I know thy works, like I know all the slavery you've been through, like and I know what you're finna get to, so I don't want to give too much of this description. But like I know the slavery you've been through, the tribulations ain't nothing but short times of just straight despair and just trouble. And then I know the poverty. Like it's just so heavy that he just pinpointed these three, you know what I'm saying, things, because it's only, you know, and you're gonna read it, but it's only certain people on this earth that have been through all three of these things.
Damn
right.
Go ahead.
Come. But thou art rich.
But thou art what?
Rich.
Tell me, how are we still rich? I got to give it to the highest ranking man first. Go ahead, also Robert.
Well, we rich because of the fact that we the Lord's holy people. We have the knowledge, or we have the way to the knowledge of the truth, and you know, we are God's special people. You know what I'm saying? So we're rich because our father. First off, we rich because this is our Father's kingdom.
Bring it in.
Yeah, we rich because this is our Father's kingdom, and also because we got the truth. We got the law, statutes, and commandments. Law, statutes, and commandments is better than gold.
That's part of it. That's part of it. But why are we rich? Even though we are in poverty, even though, you know, we going through the things that we going through on this earth, why are we still rich? Even though you said part of it, we do have the law, statutes, and commandments, but why are we still rich?
Because we have the keys to be able to get. We are able to get into. We actually have the way to get to have the kingdom.
There you go.
We have the way to have the.
Why
kingdom.
are we rich? Because we are the only one who has the promise to the kingdom. Although every other nation, you know, is rich and have all this money and everything at the end, that's temporary. The reason we rich is because as long as we follow the law, statutes, and commandments, we have the promise to have a kingdom that will last forever. Who wants a temporary kingdom? I want my kingdom forever.
That's right.
Damn right.
Y'all can have this. Your sky rises, all that pollution, all through the ozone layer and all that. When Christ comes back, I'm gonna have a forever king. You can have this temporary king.
Damn right.
We rich, they not. That's why we have to stand steadfast in the truth, because in order to get that kingdom that's gonna last forever, you have to stand steadfast in this truth. You got to put your feet to the ground. Go ahead. Salaki, I didn't mean to catch you while you.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
That's what?
Which say they are Jews.
They say they are Jews, but
are not.
But are not.
But are the synagogue of Satan.
And you know what a synagogue is, right? That's right there in the Jewish church. The ones that keep getting shot up and blew down and all that. Go ahead.
Salaki, if I could, because what you bringing out is so heavy. With this scripture, Revelations, revealing these last days, the oppressor can't even help but to represent, saying that these are synagogues.
Right.
They can't even state. The Lord is so powerful. Like, yeah, we know Satan's smart. We know he got his tricks, but the Lord is in control and got his hand over all of this.
Damn right.
And when they report this in the news, when anything get vandalized, they can't help but to say out of their mouth, a synagogue has been vandalized.
Damn right.
Christ.
Hey, if you could, this is the last scripture. I'm going over to the board because I got to get some of this. I got to get some of this on the board too. Yeah, no, we ain't gonna go over, but let me put some of this on the board. But let me get this last one off. Ecclesiastic cuss. You got your apocrypha. Give me Ecclesiasticus 1.
You all good? I got you. I got you squared away. 16:11. Oh no.
You mean Ecclesiasticus 1? Oh, look at him. He got. I thought you was already in there. Okay, you good to go?
Come, sir.
When you get there, I want you to go down to Salakia. Go down to where it says. For the same thing. It'll be down a little bit, but it'll say for the same thing.
So I'm gonna take this one off. I ain't got it on this one. So let's just take this off.
Okay, give me a minute.
Let's read it from now.
Come, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 1.
That's this chapter 1.
Mid-verse.
Go ahead.
For the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them.
It says what?
Have not the same force in them.
So why is it so important that we speak in this Hebrew the correct way? Because if it's said in another tongue, it does not have the same power in it that the Lord intended it to have.
That's
right. Even though we read now, we read in the English because we understand English. But when we go to our Sabbath service, we read our Sabbath services in Hebrew because we want to represent the Lord in our Sabbath services correctly.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Come. And not only these things, but the law itself.
Not only these things, but the law itself. Once again, that's why when we go through Sabbath services, we read Sabbath services goes over the law. We go over the law, statutes, and commandments, and we do that in Hebrew. Go ahead, read.
Come. And the prophets and the rest of the books have no small difference when they are spoken in their own language.
Right.
For in the 8th and 30th year.
No, don't worry about that. That was it. The water. All right, we're gonna go to the board now. I'm gonna give you some differences of the Lashawan Qadash or ways of going, and then I'm gonna go right into the way the Yiddish ways of writing it. I'm gonna show you the dashes and decimals and all that stuff that they use. Go ahead, Slock it.
No, so hey, tell me you want me to speak.
Yeah, we're gonna. So give me 1 minute. We're gonna switch over the camera to the board, and then we'll get right in. If y'all got questions or concerns or comments, please chime in. All right, so the Hebrew doesn't contain any vowels such as the E, the O, or the U. I'm gonna write it first. So we're gonna say chord. So it's solely consonants. Other side.
The one. I'm gonna take that side off for you. You keep on. You like using that black with her.
Yeah, I'm UPK black, man.
Use the black top side.
Oh yeah, that's it. Let me know if I'm spelling consonants wrong. So the only vowel sounds that you would actually get other outside of the E, O, and U would be these: the A and the I. So when we do read Lashawan Qadash, you will hear or an I.
Somebody get CON SO
SO
NANT.
NANT.
Come.
Appreciate it.
Brotherhood is a weapon, ain't it?
Man, tell me about it.
Right.
Now somebody can look up consonant.
I got it already, sir.
What's consonant mean?
It's a basic speech sound.
That's it. Basic speech. That's what it means for a consonant. So anything you read in Lashawan Qadash, you read that in a basic speech. This is why it's so important that you don't thrive off the Yiddish, because the basic speech is what we are accustomed to. The Yiddish is what deters everybody and confuses everybody. If you could, Carl, pull Genesis 1:1.
Come on.
Now he gonna read Genesis 1:1, and we're gonna do these three forms of how you say these words. One is gonna be with consonant, only consonants. One gonna be with vowels, and one gonna be with vowels and accents. Whenever you're ready.
Come. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth.
In the what?
The heaven and the earth.
So in the beginning, you go with. Let me write this out first. You got Baraya and Bara. In the beginning. And this is in the beginning. Barashia.
Mm-hmm.
Bara, which is created. This is it with consonants. Yeah, the same thing. This is with vowels. So this is the difference. This is basic speech. This is when you get into with vowels or when you start speaking Yiddish.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
And it's heavy because it looks this how you know it was a language that was what's the word I want to use? Tampered with. Mm-hmm. This how you know it was a tempered language,
right?
Because it's the same language. All it did was added dots and twirls to it. So that this is the way that I could say it can't be. It ain't ba da no more. Mm-hmm. Is bay, bow. Like you like that. Like that's just the most confusing way. You know what I'm saying?
And that's you know what I'm saying. You want to come up here and teach the class?
No, that's just heavy.
I was gonna say no. That's heavy what you bringing out because that's exactly what I was going to say. These dots changes it from what it's originally was supposed to say. So just like the ISUPK says it's Yahweh, these dots make it Yahweh. The ISUPK say it's Yahweh Shai, and these dots make it Yahshua because it gives it those vowels, the vowels that the Hebrew language doesn't recognize, the E, the O, and the U. And all that turns it into another word. So it's absolutely heavy what you was bringing out. I'm just saying you ready to go? You ready to take the class anyway? Now, what I was saying earlier, when it comes to the with vowels, with vowel and accent. You got the same thing. So you got the same thing in the beginning, because of course we talk about a sentence now. So when you put the accent in, it'll be 2 dots at the end. These 2 dots right here is like what you would call like a period at the end of a sentence.
It's like, if I may say, is that why the water, sir? Is that why in the Tanakh? That's why all of the sentences end with those 2 dots.
Exactly.
If you ever read the Tanakh,
exactly,
they always end that way.
That's exactly why they all end with these 2 dots, because this is considered a period in Yiddish. You got to realize that Yiddish is the oppressor's language. So just like I said earlier, we don't understand punctuation like the oppressor does. So the oppressor is the creator of punctuation. When we've learned how to read things this way, they confused us by adding things to take us off what the actual characters mean.
Salaki, one more thing. Just because you brought with the punctuation thing, that's heavy because in the streets, we still talk like niggas and speaks. We talk and run on sentences.
Damn right.
Hey, what's up with it, bro? How you been? What you been on? Like we don't talk with punctuation. We don't take a breath of comma to do a comma. None of that. Mm-hmm. We talk how we talk, and we all understand it. But if you say the same thing to an oppressor, they go like, huh?
They don't understand.
They don't understand that we talk and run on sentences, and we understand it that way. So, Salaki.
So I'm gonna take a second, let y'all get that. You want to take a picture of it? I'm gonna tell you, take a picture if you're still learning your Lashawan Qadash, because I'm gonna tell you, I had to go back into my pictures to realize that I actually was going to Lashawan Qadash classes. You understand? So sometimes you get complacent and forget, you know, to go back into the notes that you had, and these notes is what actually got me this lesson plan today. So take notes if you can. All right. All right. So no, this is blue. There are no capitals.
Yeah. It's A.
In Hebrew. There are no capitals in Hebrew. So all letters are the same. There's no big characters versus little characters. You understand? But there is letters that take special forms. Okay? So regular form. You got so you got the regular form of ka. You got the regular form of Slocky. I'm still. You got ka, Slocky. You got sup. You got ma. You got pa, and you got taza. You got ka. You got the ma. You got the na. So, I got this right. Yeah, na, the pa, and the taza. That's what threw me off. That little hook on the na.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it threw me off too. Let's be the ka. Ka, ma, na.
Pa. That's right.
And then you also have what we call the ending word, the ending form or the final form of the same letter, which would be extended.
Yeah, so. That's so.
That's the mark. Which will be, so these will go at the end of a word.
So Salaki, if I may, those are all the same sounds. Those just would be the sounds, like you said, would go at the end of the words of of whatever word you put up there.
Right. So this would this would be ka, but this would turn into ak. This would be ma, but it'll turn into This would be na, but it'll turn into an. This would be pa, it'll turn into ak.
Yep.
This would be taza. This would still be taza, but just at the end of the word. You understand? I'm gonna let y'all get that for a second.
Sister Kamal Wolf checking in. Water sis.
All right, this last thing I'm gonna do is gonna take some participation. So of course I got my brothers with me. I got, 500 Ramawan. I got 50, also 50, car keys with me, So I'm gonna put some stuff on the board. I'm gonna give both of y'all 5 spellings. And I want y'all to write them out and show me what they mean. So what I want you to do is I'll put the symbols up. You tell me how to spell it out on here, and then underline the connection. So if it's op, underline the op versus the Allah, like that. All right. All right, Ron Juan, you can go first.
Somebody gonna take some off some round.
All right, Carl, you come up.
Okay, so the first one would be
You just write it right next to it. If my symbols look a little weird, then just let me know. But
okay, somebody. So we in Assyrian, right?
We in Assyrian.
So we got Ah. We got La. We got Pa.
Now write it out. That's gonna be in English. So you can write
left to
right.
right.
Correct.
So we got Ah. La. Pa.
But what did we just say? What did we just say? If it's so, is this one of those special characteristics?
Con, sir.
This is a special characteristic, correct?
Con, sir.
So if this is a special characteristic, what does that mean for that? That means you don't get the strong version of pa. You just get the pa. You don't get the A on it because it's an ending.
Con. So it would be a lot.
There you go. On sign Christ.
So we'll take this off and it'll be Put the pa back.
There you go. No, no A. It loses its A because it's the end.
Con. So la. La.
That word becomes one.
So that's like
so underline. No, you got it right.
Underline
that, and then underline lock. So it's not la, it's lock.
So a lot.
Because why? Because these letters fall at the end of a word.
At the end of a word.
So it makes it a pa. It just makes it a pa instead of a pa. It makes it a lock instead of a la pa.
A lot.
Do the next one.
So like, sir, but if I could, what does this mean for the viewers in English?
That's father. That's why we say alawa panya. That's not one. It's ala panya.
So it would be Allah.
But we'll do that at another time though. Don't worry about that. I just want y'all to see how these endings. Okay, so this next one. Go ahead.
The next one would be ba.
Mm-hmm.
Ba. Ka. Ya.
Okay.
So we got ba.
Yeah.
We got ya.
Mm-hmm.
We got ka.
No, it's like out. It's not my best work, but this would be the.
So the ta.
Mm-hmm.
Ba ya ta.
But it wouldn't be bayata. It would be.
Ba ya.
There you go. So what goes together?
Sign Christ.
Ba ya.
There you go.
Ba ya.
Sign Christ.
Like, sir, which means
that's why I said we'll do that later.
We'll do that later.
Yeah. I just want you to understand how the words, how these characters come together.
Come, sir.
All right, go to the next one.
Next one would be.
And if you don't understand what I got up there, because I know I.
Could that be Gaya?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Ga. Ya. Gaya. Gaya.
Mm-hmm. You got it.
Ga. Ya.
There you go. All right, let's get these last two, and then I'm going over to round one for the last 5, and then we're gonna shut this down.
So with this, the da.
Yep.
La. Da.
Mm-hmm.
La.
Yep. It's the same thing as the one you was doing at first.
So it's the la.
Mm-hmm.
The la.
Mm-hmm.
La. Yeah. La.
Okay, this last one.
This one will be. Okay. Is that the ka or the da?
Which one is separated? Either
It's
one of
lock
them.
in. Ha.
There you go.
Ha.
Mm-hmm.
Ha. 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 Ha.
And what does that say?
Ha.
Mm-hmm.
Ha.
There you go.
Ha.
There you go. So put it together.
Ha.
No. You gotta realize this is another this is a strong right here. So you start with the huh. So now you gotta start with this strong. What is it?
Ha. Ha.
Up.
Ha. Ha.
There you go. What's the next right?
855.
Good job, huh?
Sure.
55. You wanna go through these quick?
Yeah, you know,
All right, we're gonna get the Ramwan his chance real quick. Get through. I know he gonna go through these quick anyway.
Good job. Yeah, you need hard ones, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm gonna give you 5. 4. All right, no. Need this last one too.
one there.
Go ahead, superstar.
These horrible. These are all pretty, right? That's it.
Yep.
Just want to make sure it's this one. This would be rough.
Mm-hmm.
Done.
Sloppy, that's my bad.
I really don't like it. No.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Yep.
Well.
Mm-hmm.
I knew this one was gonna get me. Well, what?
What goes together? Underline what goes together.
What?
Exactly. Go ahead.
You almost threw me for on that one. It's for sure. I believe. So yeah, it's a yak. It's a yak. It's
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Clear cut.
Mm-hmm.
Kayak. These two are the same.
Look at the circle at the back of it.
This one.
Well, no, on the last one, there's a circle around the edges.
Oh yeah. Cut. Okay. So,
Right, you right, left to right or right to left?
oh, let's create the Kuya.
Damn right. Okay.
Yeah, that's the same thing as this one, right? These two same, right? I'm just trying to make sure.
Oh, comment.
Okay. This would be the.
You start, but you write English left to right.
Throwing me off already. Yeah.
Damn right. Last one.
And this is. So,
Yeah, that's on me. Whenever you see the circle part of this, if it's boxed like this, then it's a cut of me. If it's circle like this, yeah, that's on me. I'll get better at the writing.
So to y'all.
It's exactly what it is. Give these brothers a hand. Appreciate these brothers. So we're gonna try every Friday to break down some of these words, help some of these brothers realize and understand what these words mean and pronunciation and stuff like that. Of course, I definitely appreciate Officer 50, Car and Officer 500 Ramwan. Always holding down the class with me. We'll be here again. Not this Friday. We got Fire Weekend coming up, July 21st through the 24th.
That's right.
That'll be right here in Chicago. Every Black, Hispanic, North American, Indian that can come, please come. We got free food, free drinks. That'll be at the Fire Weekend. We got a lecture, how Columbus, Slovakia. We got the Columbus breakdown. We have General Hyman's class on Thursday. We'll be at the Mantua Festival as well. So all you brothers and sisters who can make it, please come through. And then you can come see the Glorious School as well in Chicago, because I think it'll be the first time we put it on display. But other than that, go ahead.
It's called Before Columbus Came.
There you go. It's Before Columbus Came.
So it's a lecture.
So, that's a lecture by Captains of 13,000.
Ashapar.
And
Captain Kazaa be giving his book.
Captain Kazaa will also be doing a book signing and giving his book out too.
And Officer Kazak Yad.
Officer Kazak Yad will also be doing a lecture. So come through. It'll be food and everything, man. Just come through it and hang out with us. And so once again, it's the Isupk. Started out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Yohana. Shalom, Israel.
That's a class.
I'm gonna pass the class over to Precinct Officer 500 Ramwan.